You are sitting there, believing you are free. You believe this moment, this quiet, private moment in front of a screen belongs to you. But deep down, in the hollow space behind your ribs, you feel it. A subtle, gnawing sensation that no amount of distraction can silence. It is a phantom itch, a sense that you are forgetting something vital, or that you are late for an appointment you never made. You feel a sudden tightening in your chest right now. That is not anxiety. That is not stress from your workday. That is the biological bill collector arriving at your door. Your finger might be hovering over the screen, itching to click away, to scroll to something safer, something louder. Stop. That urge to leave is not yours. That is the skip reflex. It is a biological defense mechanism, an amygdala hijack designed to keep you from seeing the ledger of your own soul. The matrix protects itself not with bars or guards, but with your own biological aversion to the truth. It relies on your inability to sit still with your own debt. The system you call reality is not a playground, it is a marketplace, and the currency is not dollars, Bitcoin, or gold. The currency is attention and consciousness. Robert Wenderow, the pioneer of out-of-body research, warned us about the Loosh farm. He discovered that human emotion, specifically the heavy frequencies of fear, longing, and despair, is a fuel source. It is harvested by entities just outside your range of vision. Thoth called these entities the Watchers. Every breath you take is a loan from the void. Every beat of your heart is a transaction with the field of infinite potential. But you have been taught to live as a thief. You take life, you consume energy, you burn through time, but you offer nothing in return. You believe existence is a right. It is not. It is a privilege that carries a heavy tax. And because you do not know the price, you are drowning in spiritual debt. Let that sink in. You are not tired because you are working too hard. You are tired because you are in default. Your vitality is being garnished at the source. They told you that you were born free. That was the first and greatest lie. You were born into a contract. The ancients knew this. The archonic interference in your mind. That voice telling you this video is nonsense, that you should go watch something funny, is merely the guardian of that debt. It does not want you to audit the books. It feeds on your ignorance. But if you are still watching, if you have bypassed the instinct to flee, it means your soul is finally ready to settle the score. What we are about to decode is the universal law of sacrifice. This is the forbidden mechanism that governs why some ascend to become masters of their reality, while others rot in the loop of reincarnation. This is not philosophy. This is the physics of your imprisonment. We are going to open the architect's ledger, and we are going to read the fine print of your soul contract. The cost of entry into this knowledge is your undivided attention. Are you ready to pay it, or will you remain a debtor to the simulation forever? To understand why you are in debt, you must first accept a terrifying premise. You do not actually exist. At least, not in the way you think you do. You believe you are a solid, continuous entity, a permanent fixture sitting in a room that is equally solid. This is the primary hallucination. This is the stage magic that keeps you paying for a show that isn't real. Itzhak Bentov, the scientist who stalked the edges of human consciousness, revealed a forbidden mechanic of the universe that scientific dogma refuses to touch. He called it the wild pendulum. Visualize a pendulum swinging. At the very bottom of its arc, it is moving fastest. It is fully kinetic, fully real in the material sense. But consider what happens at the very top of the swing, at the precise moment it changes direction. For an infinitesimal microsecond, the pendulum stops. It has zero velocity. In that moment of total stillness, where does it go? Bentov discovered that when the pendulum stops in physical space, it expands into infinite space. It disappears from the material plane and spreads out into the void, the field of pure consciousness. This is not just happening to a pendulum. This is happening to you, right now. You are blinking on and off. You are a stroboscopic entity. You disappear and reappear roughly 14 times a second. You are a ghost oscillating between this dimension and the source of all things. Focus on your hands for a moment. Hold them still. Do you feel that faint electric hum running beneath your skin? That is not blood flow. That is not nerve damage. That is the vibration of your own oscillation. You are vibrating in and out of existence so fast that your senses blur the gaps, creating the illusion of solidity. Just like a movie projector blurs static frames into a moving picture. Here is the physics of the debt. To maintain the illusion of this heavy, solid reality, you require an immense amount of energy. The universe operates on a principle of equilibrium. When your consciousness swings out into the void, you touch the source of all things, the 0 point, the field of infinite potential, where no debt exists. But because of your karmic gravity, your attachments, your fears, your belief in this fake world, you are pulled violently back into the physical body. You are constantly borrowing energy from the vacuum to maintain your seat in the theater of the finite. This is the blink factor. Every time you blink back into this reality, you are signing a contract to play by the rules of time and entropy. You are burning spiritual fuel to keep the hologram stable. The denser your belief in this world, the more energy it costs to stay here. This is why you feel heavy. This is why the world feels like it has a viscosity, a thickness that you have to wade through. The ancient Hermeticists called this the rhythm. Modern science calls it oscillation. But the truth is simpler. You are a radio tuned to a station that plays only static, terrified to turn the dial to the silence between the songs. The static is expensive. It costs you your peace, your memory of who you are, and your connection to the divine. The silence, however, is free. The void charges nothing. But you have forgotten how to afford the silence. You are addicted to the noise because the noise confirms you exist. To stop the noise would require a sacrifice you are not yet ready to make. The sacrifice of the self you pretended to be. You are running a high-energy simulation on a battery that is running low. And the anxiety you feel, that is the low battery warning. It is the signal that the energy you borrowed from the void is due for repayment. You can pay it voluntarily through stillness, or the universe will collect it forcibly through disruption.
You have heard it said, "In the beginning was the Word," but you have misunderstood the warning hidden in that phrase. You interpret it poetically, but the ancients intended it physically. The universe is not made of solid matter. It is made of sound. It is a symphony of waveforms. Your physical body is merely a standing wave, a frequency that has been slowed down until it became visible.
And here lies the secret of your imprisonment. Debt is nothing more than dissonance. Thoth, the Atlantean architect, inscribed the mechanism of this trap in the emerald tablets, but humanity has looked at the words without hearing the music. He warned of the sound matrix, a grid of frequencies designed to keep your consciousness vibrating at the level of survival and fear. Close your eyes for a second. Listen to the silence in the room. Is it truly silent? Or is there a high-pitched ring, a static hum that never quite goes away? That is not tinnitus. That is the frequency of the matrix. It is the carrier wave of your contract. It is the background noise that keeps your wild pendulum form swinging back into the physical. Every time you feel an emotion you cannot control, sudden anger, paralyzing shame, overwhelming grief, you are not just feeling, you are generating a specific waveform. In the ancient alchemical traditions, this low-frequency state was called lead. It is heavy, dense, and sluggish. It sinks. When the Egyptians painted the weighing of the heart, where the soul is weighed against a feather, they were not depicting a moral judgment by a bearded god. They were depicting physics. If your frequency is heavy with the debt of unresolved trauma, guilt, or attachment, you cannot rise. You are magnetically pulled back down into the gravity well of Earth to repeat the cycle. You call this karma. Thoth called it the chains of darkness. The karmic contract is not a piece of paper you signed before you were born. It is a frequency lock. You are trapped here because you resonate with here. You are in debt to the dimension of suffering because you keep buying its products, validation, security, and the illusion of linear time. Think of the last time you argued with someone. You felt a heat in your belly, a tightness in your throat. That somatic reaction was you signing a new transaction. You accepted the energy of conflict, and in exchange, you gave away your sovereign power. You became denser. You added lead to your soul structure. The alchemists knew the only way out was transmutation, turning lead into gold. But they were never talking about metal. They were talking about the law of sacrifice. To turn the lead of your trauma into the gold of wisdom, you must sacrifice the story of your suffering. This is where the debt becomes unbearable for the ego. The ego loves its debt. It loves to say, I was wronged. They hurt me. I am a victim. As long as you hold on to the narrative of being a victim, you are holding on to the debt. You are saying to the universe, you owe me. And as long as you believe the universe owes you, you are tied to the courtroom of the matrix, waiting for a settlement that will never come. The Watchers, the entities Thoth warned about, feed on this waiting. They feed on the loosh, the energy of your longing, your regret, your frustration. They don't want you to pay off your debt. They want you to pay interest forever. They want you to stay in the lobby of the courtroom, angry and hungry, vibrating at the exact frequency that sustains their existence. Feel the weight of this truth. Does it make your stomach turn? Good. That nausea is the vibration of your false self beginning to crack. It is the lead beginning to heat up. The gold of the alchemist is a consciousness that owes nothing and demands nothing. It is a frequency of zero resistance. But to reach zero, you must pay the ultimate price. You must give up your right to be right. You must sacrifice your past. Most people would rather die and be reborn 1,000 times than forgive the one person who broke their heart. And so they do. They die, they forget, they return. The sound matrix plays their favorite song of sorrow, and they dance to it lifetime after lifetime, thinking it is their own melody. It is not. It is the background music of a prison cell. The law of sacrifice demands that you stop harmonizing with the noise. You demand that you become the silence that swallows the sound. Are you capable of that? Or is the noise too comforting?
You have been sold a dangerous half-truth. The modern spiritual marketplace is flooded with teachers promising you abundance, telling you that you can manifest anything you desire simply by visualizing it. They tell you the universe is a catalog and you are the customer. This is the mentalism trap Thoth warned about. It is not liberation, it is spiritual gluttony. And like all gluttony, it leads to rot. Here is the forbidden physics of the shadow. You cannot add to a cup that is already full. Most of you are trying to layer a new reality on top of an old, rotting foundation. You visualize the wealth, the partner, the peace, but you refuse to sacrifice the identity that is addicted to poverty, loneliness, and chaos. You want the new life, but you are not willing to let the old life die. This violation of the law of sacrifice creates a debt bubble. When you force your will upon the matrix, when you try to manifest from the ego without paying the energetic price of transformation, the universe does not just give you what you want, it gives you a distorted, hollow version of it. You get the money, but it brings paranoia. You get the relationship, but it is filled with silence. You get the success, but you feel a terrifying emptiness, a hollow sensation in your gut that no amount of validation can fill. This is the architecture of decay. Your house looks beautiful on the outside, but the beams are rotting because you built it on the soil of unpaid debt. You are painting over mold and calling it renovation. Pause and scan your life. Have you ever achieved a goal only to feel a sudden drop in mood, a wave of exhaustion or dread instead of joy? That is the entropic backlash. It is the universe balancing the books. Because you did not voluntarily sacrifice your lower habits to buy that new reality, the universe took the payment by force, usually from your health, your peace of mind, or your time. This leads to the third stage of awakening, disruption. Remember the logic of escalation. First, the soul whispers, then it shows signs. Finally, if ignored, it disrupts. If you continue to hoard energy, seeking to gain without giving up your limitations, reality will break. The disruption is not a punishment, it is a foreclosure. The universe strips away the job, the relationship, or the health you were clinging to, not to hurt you, but to force the sacrifice you were too afraid to make. The ancient laws are clear. Death precedes life. To be reborn, you must first agree to be unmade. But you are terrified of the void. You fill every silence with podcasts, music, and scrolling because the silence reminds you of what needs to go. Feel the tension in your shoulders right now. That tension is you holding on to a version of yourself that is already dead.
You are carrying a corpse and wondering why you are exhausted. You are trying to drag your past into your future, but the door is too narrow. Only one can pass through. The shadow of abundance is this: you think you need more to be happy. The truth is, you need less. You need less noise, less attachment, less self. The only true manifestation is the one that happens when you clear the space for it. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And if you are full of unresolved debt, you will only attract more collectors. The universe is waiting for you to drop the corpse. It is waiting for you to pay the bill.
So, how do you see this debt? How do you read a ledger that is written in invisible ink? You do not read it with your eyes. You read it with your pauses. The matrix operates on momentum. It relies on you moving so fast, reacting so quickly, that you never notice the gaps in the fence. But the architect's ledger, the record of your soul's balance, is hidden in the microseconds between an impulse and an action. We call these timeline pivot points. Most people think their destiny is shaped by massive events: a marriage, a car crash, a lottery win. This is false. Your timeline is being written in the invisible moments you ignore. It is written when you feel a sudden flash of irritation at a stranger, but choose, just for a split second, not to react. It is written when you wake up in the morning, and instead of grabbing your phone to download the world's anxiety, you lay still and claim your own frequency. To audit your own soul, you must perform what I call the linger test. Try this today. When you finish a task, washing a dish, sending an email, parking your car, do not immediately move to the next thing. Stop. Linger in the completion, just for 10 seconds. Watch what happens in your body. You will likely feel an intense, almost painful itch to move. Your hand will twitch toward your pocket. Your mind will scream, "What's next? What did I miss?" A sudden heat might rise in your chest. That discomfort is the sound of your interest compounding. That is the matrix panicking because you have stopped feeding it the kinetic energy of your distraction. The system is designed to keep you in forward motion because a moving target cannot aim. A moving target cannot see the cage. Thoth called this the guardian of the threshold. It is an entity, a program that stands between you and the silence. It uses your own biology against you, flooding your veins with cortisol the moment you try to be still. It tricks you into thinking that doing nothing is dangerous. But here is the secret the architect hid from you. The debt is only paid in the pause. When you engage the linger test and you endure that somatic burn without moving, you are burning off karma. You are transmuting the lead of your conditioning. You are telling the simulation, "I am not a machine. I do not run on your clock." These pivot points are the only places where free will actually exists. Once you react, you are back on the rails of the script. But in the pause, in that terrifying, empty pause, you step out of linear time. You enter what Itzhak Bentov called vertical time. Linear time is the train track that leads to death. Vertical time is the helicopter that lifts off the track. In vertical time, you are the observer of the pendulum, not the weight swinging back and forth. You access information that is not available to the version of you that is rushing. If you cannot linger in your own existence for 60 seconds without reaching for a distraction, you do not own your life.
You are leasing it, and the landlord is coming to collect. The question is, when the urge to run arises, will you finally stand your ground? Understanding the debt is dangerous because it removes your excuse of ignorance. Now that you see the cage, you have two choices. You can go back to sleep and suffer the unconscious consequences, or you can begin the active work of repayment. This is not about meditation mats or burning sage. This is about tactical, psychological warfare against the parts of yourself that are enslaved to the matrix. We will use the Thoth Void Protocol, a 3-step mechanism to settle your energetic accounts. This is how you stop bleeding energy and start accumulating the gold of consciousness. The first step is the recognition window. The matrix operates on speed. It relies on the microsecond between a trigger and your reaction. Your job is to hack this window. For the next 24 hours, your only goal is to catch yourself about to react. When the phone rings and your stomach tightens, or when a negative thought spirals, freeze. Do not fix it, do not analyze it, just freeze. Imagine you are standing on a train platform. The train, which represents your reaction, is arriving. Usually, you board it blindly. This time, you just watch it pull into the station, open its doors, and then leave without you. You will feel a physical pull to get on board, a somatic craving to engage with the drama. That craving is the debt collector. By standing still, you are refusing to sign the receipt. You are breaking the circuit of the automatic self. The second step is starving the egregore. An egregore is a psychic parasite, a collective thought form created by your repeated attention. Your anxiety has an egregore. Your victimization has an egregore. They are alive and they eat your emotional reactions. To kill them, you must starve them. The most powerful way to do this is through radical silence. When you are misunderstood, the ego screams to defend itself. It wants to explain, to justify, to be right. This need to be right is the most expensive thing you own. Sacrifice it. Next time someone challenges you or reality doesn't go your way, do not explain yourself. Do not complain. Do not externalize. Swallow the words. You will feel a burn in your throat. That burning sensation is not suppression. It is the alchemical fire burning off your ego. You are transmuting the energy of defense into the energy of presence. You are paying the debt with the currency of your silence. Every time you refuse to defend your character, you strengthen your soul. You become invisible to the entities that feed on conflict because you no longer emit the frequency of food. The third step is the conscious offering. The universe will take from you if you do not give, so give proactively. Choose one comfort to sacrifice this week, not to punish yourself, but to prove you are the master. Skip a meal. Turn off your phone for an entire evening. Wake up an hour early to stare at a wall. When you voluntarily give up comfort, you signal to the architect that you are no longer a slave to your biology. You are telling the void that you are not your hunger. You are not your boredom. You are the one who watches. This is the secret of the alchemical fire. You must burn the dead wood of your life so that new growth can occur. If you hold on to the dead wood, the old habits, the old resentments, the old comforts, you will rot with them. The protocol is simple, but it is not easy. It requires you to be a warrior in a world of sleepwalkers. Are you brave enough to let the old version of you die? Because that is the only payment the universe will accept. When you finally stop negotiating with the illusion, something terrifying and beautiful happens. The static noise in your head, the constant narration of likes, dislikes, wants, and fears begins to fade. You are left with a silence so profound, it feels like a physical weight has been lifted from your spine. You have entered the state of the sovereign observer. To be free of debt is not to leave the matrix physically. You still chop wood, you still carry water, but you no longer vibrate with the frequency of the simulation. You become a superconductor. The drama of the world passes through you without resistance, without friction. You walk through the marketplace of fear, but you buy nothing. This is the state Itzhak Bentov described as the still point. It is the eye of the hurricane. The world around you may be collapsing, economies may crash, relationships may end, the collective madness may scream louder than ever. But because you owe them no reaction, they cannot touch you. You have become invisible to the archons because you no longer emit the frequency of food. The ultimate secret is this. The system is not your enemy, it is your gym. It was designed to be heavy. It was designed to resist you. Why? So that in pushing against the weight of your own lead, you would be forced to forge the gold of consciousness. The debt was never a punishment, it was a curriculum. But you have graduated. As this video ends, the silence will return. The algorithm will try to pull you to the next video, the next dopamine hit. The guardian will try to re-engage your contract. Do not let it. Sit in the darkness for a moment. Feel the air on your skin. Listen to the hum of existence without judging it. The ledger is closed. The architect is watching. You are no longer a debtor. You are free. But freedom is not a destination. It is a practice, and it begins the moment you stop running.